you doing, YouTube? It's Will from Will Development. This is my 367th weekly update. First things first, I am working on my Summer Scorcher video still. I was having some trouble with the footage from the Stone event, which is very upsetting since it was an awesome to finally not zero Stone event. You know, Florida Stone Man should probably be good at stones, or at least passable, right? So I'm still working on trying to get that footage to work. I have the recap video already shot and edited. I'll probably go ahead and just finish it up and upload it. And once I get those two off the plate, then I have my yearly update to do, which I'm probably 2 or 3 weeks behind at this point. Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks, I think. I'm behind on doing my yearly update, and then, you know, of course, doing some work to the old intro there, adding in some footage from the last year and all that good stuff, so that always takes time. I don't know if I'll have time this weekend to do it. I'm very busy tomorrow, which is Saturday, and then Sunday I'm less busy, but do still have some obligations to do, so we'll see, on top of pouring stones, of course. That's my life right now. But yeah, no, that's it for now. Yeah, that's the stuff to just get right out of the gate. In terms of training this week, it went really well. This was another really good week for me. There was some sort of touch-and-go moments there, as to be expected, and of course on what else but squats, right? Squats kind of gave me a little bit of a ooh for a little bit there, and honestly I just sort of just said screw it and just kept moving and kept going with it, and everything worked out. That was for both sessions, the Monday and the Thursday session. For squats were both like, ooh, this was some pain flared up, but instead of stopping like I kind of used to, I just said, screw it, move around a little bit more, keep moving, and just push through. And the only reason I'm doing that is because I know the weights that I'm using are not overloading me to the point where I'm going to get damaged, going to get actually injured. So it's like, this pain is just uncomfortable right now, and there's no reason I need to dial it back to the extent that, you know, I'm not even getting a stimulus that's going to cause an adaptation. So that's what I'm keeping in mind there when I was sort of just pushing through, and I'm glad I did, and I came out the other side better for it. The pressing days have been going very well, both the strict press days and the push press day today, as well as I've thrown in a little bit of split jerk work. I like rhyming. And this week went a lot better than last week. Part of it's a skill acquisition thing, and I'm only practicing the skill once a week on my push press days. So that's going to increase the amount of time I need to actually get proficient at the movement and actually be able to use some good weight with it, and get to the point where that becomes my main style of sort of pressing, which I'm thinking for the immediate future will not be the case. I will still be a push presser / strict presser for the most part, and then work on the jerk and get it to the point where, you know, even if a year from now is when it's finally like, okay, I can jerk 6% more than I can my push press, I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? It's just I want to have that in the sleeve and be able to perform that movement if I need to, in order to be a better competitor, honestly. Lots of upper back work, reverse flies, chest supported rows, face pulls, I mean, just all kinds of stuff. Just to hammer my weaknesses and get better. And it's working. The pressing is going in the right direction. I didn't lose much of any strength from my time off. I was still right at about a 200-pound push press and around a 185 strict press. Really, what happened, I did 195 as a push press, and I was like, oh, that was easy. I could have done more for sure. And then with the strict press, I think I actually went up to 185, and I was like, oh yeah, that's not a problem. So yeah, things are going well there, and I'm very happy about that going well. I'm hoping to finish this program with somewhere in the 215 range for a push press, finally breaking into some okay-ish numbers there. I basically would like to be to the point where I can hit 200 any day of the week. Right now, I know I can walk in and hit 155 any day of the week. Long-term goal right now is to be able to walk in and hit 200 any day of the week, whether it's strict or push. Strict preferred, because I can hit 155 strict basically any day of the week. Push press, of course, any day of the week, for sure. And that's about 20 pounds over where I was, maybe last year or so. Where it's like, all right, 135 was my new base. Now 155 is the new base. And I suppose probably next year will be 160. And, if I can just keep putting 20 pounds on that base number, I'm fine with that, even if the peak only goes up, 5 or 6 pounds, especially on something like overhead. Notably, again, this week was the deadlifts, man. They really... they were tough and they were grinders, and I don't normally have to grind deadlifts, and this is the second session in a row where I absolutely was grinding a couple of those reps while still keeping everything pretty well tight, and everything felt fine. So the way I've basically been doing my deadlifting right now is using hook grip to do the main movement, and on some days, or say main movement, the working sets, and on some days I have just basically one working set, so I'll just do hook grip with that, and then when I do my back off set, which is usually in every minute on the minute, style, I'll just do double overhand, because the weight's usually such that I can just do double overhand, and it's a good way to work on the grip too, while I'm also performing those movements. So like last week, I had just one working set and then my every minute on the minute. So I did hook grip and then just that. So this week I had a top set with like 2 heavy pulls, did those with hook grip, and then I had a 3x3 to do, and I did that with straps. And then I did the every minute on the minute with just double overhand. So that was kind of the way I'm modifying even the way I'm doing the deadlift. I'm still doing different variations while I'm following a program. Just so I'm getting a lot of different stimulus and getting practice at all those different stimuli, especially when I'm only deadlifting once a week. I want to make sure that I'm getting work with double overhand, I'm getting work with hook grip, I'm getting work with still straps. Because using straps is a skill too. And I learned that the hard way sometimes, where I just didn't use straps at all in training, and I go to a comp and I was like, whoa, these are sort of weird to use now, So it's one of those things where everything you do is a skill, and if you don't practice it every once in a while, at least, you lose it. So that's part of the reason that I do my training in that sort of fashion. When it comes to deadlifts, anyway. I'll talk more about other ones at a later date. Maybe in another video I'll talk about how I kind of press a little bit differently with hand width and stuff like that. So yeah, good week. I'm glad the press day today was a deload style. Lower weights, about 75-ish%, so that felt good. I felt like I needed it too, so it came right at the right time. Going to be off this whole weekend, and I'm ready to hit it back hard on Monday. So enjoy your weekend, and go and hit it hard on Monday, and if you don't, then what's your excuse?